the Arrma Infraction 6S. And in this video, I'm going to show you an upgrade that you have to do, and it's really easy and it's almost free. So I'm recording this video live. We've got the comments up on the screen here, so I can chat to some of you guys, but for most of you guys, it's going to be a replay. So, right, let's have a little look what's going on with this infraction. A brand new one, had it out the other day for the first time. This is the bit here. Every time you crash it or you catch it on something, it rips it off. So, and it happens to everyone's. Look, you knock something and you can either dent it or then it pulls it out. So all those screws are out. And then, if you just go ahead and put new screws in, the threads are pulled out of the plastic and it's just going to pull straight out. So I'm going to show you how to fix it. I'm going to be getting a few comments on here as well. We've got Steam Train Tony in the house, a load of other people. I hear a lot of people telling me to get the Traxxas XRT. I have it on order, don't you worry about that. But here in the UK, we are always late to the party. So I'm not going to be able to get hold of it yet for like another 4 weeks or so. So I will be getting the XRT, don't you worry about that. And I will be giving it a durability test, don't you worry about that. And I will show you the good points and the bad points, and the weaknesses and the strengths. You'll see it all. Alright, so first of all, we take this off, and when it's dented, you can just get the heat gun out, heat it up, and it should go back. So I've got this heat gun here. So you're going to hear a bit of racket in a minute with that going off. And while that's going off, we'll get a few comments on the screen. You guys can let me know what's been going on. Heat that up. Lenny in the house, how you doing? Norman in the house, Jean in the house. How's everyone doing? We'll get there in a minute, and then we come to part number 2. Right, there we go. Could probably do it some more, but we're pretty much there. I crashed it in the corner there as well and straightened it out, so maybe I should give it a bit there as well. How many TLX for Emma are you getting? Oh, only one, I think. How many do I need? When are you going to buy a new house? Well, I was looking at a house, and the seller was messing around, and now the interest rates have gone up. So I'm tempted now to maybe not bother buying it and just save up a bit more, and hopefully in like a year or two the house prices are going to come down and I've saved a bit more money and I can get the same one without a mortgage. That's the plan. Alright, so that's all nice and flat again now, so that's saved you some money there. So next, what we can do is, these are the screws that come with it, and they're M3s, but if you get yourself some of these ones here, M4 countersink, so you want to get a 4mm drill bit. I should really let this cool down really, because it's still hot. It probably won't drill good. So, alright, so just while that's cooling down, I'm just going to lob that in my freezer. Lob that in there for now, just so it cools down quick. I don't know, it might be a bad idea just to do that actually. Krumi says 1 video every day. No, I'm not going to be doing a video a day. I mean, I used to. There was a time when I used to do a video a day. But the trouble is, you're just going to get burnt out doing that. You can't keep that up. And if you do, there's going to be crap videos. So, you know, I'd rather spend a little bit of time, make my videos better, and make a video that I think URC people are going to love, rather than just to put out crap. I mean, I could easily do a video a day, but it'd be a crap video. Would you ever consider making a Discord server? Says cool boy. I'm still not fully sure what it is really. So no, I mean you guys before said everyone can talk in real time, but then isn't it just going to be like 100 people all talking at the same time? Being clothes shopping. No, this is quite old actually. I've had this for a while. Had it a couple of years. Hey, got vehicles versus water in the house. Craig in the house. Let's give Craig a spanner. There we go. Let's give Craig a spanner. He's the one that's got that Mark 1 Escort with a Cosy engine in it. Alright, see if this thing's cooled down enough so we can drill it. Yep, that'll do. Cooled down enough now, so now we get our 4mm drill bit and we drill out all of these holes. Like that. Next, we want to get a drill bit, or a countersink drill bit, or a normal drill bit if you haven't got one, that is slightly bigger than the head of the screw, and then you can sharpen it into a point like this, so it's 45 degrees, so you've got the same angle on the drill bit. Yeah, we can't see it on there, but you want to get the same angle on there as what's on there roughly. It doesn't really matter, it's only a toy. I mean, that's what I use when I'm drilling metal really, but doesn't really matter too much on here, whatever. But I just like to countersink it a little bit so the screws are countersunk and don't get ripped off when you hit stuff. The trouble is with these, when you hit stuff, it just rips them off. And then it's pulled out all the plastic on the bumper. Then it's going to forever keep coming off. Alright, so next step, we've got a countersink. You don't want to sharpen it too sharp, the angle, because then it will dig into the plastic. So if it does that, well, there's too much to go on about here, sharpening a drill bit, but if that was too sharp, what would happen? It would just eat straight through. So you've got to try and make it, I don't know, look at a video about sharpening drill bits. Too much to explain on this live-o. And something like that, that'll do, perfect. And then that'll embed itself in there a bit more as we do it up. Do that to all of them. Don't want to go too much, otherwise you go straight through. Then you've ruined it. Right, something like that. Something like that. And then we get our M4 screws and screw it on with those. And because it's a bigger thread, you're rubbing that straight in there, bigger thread. That's really gonna bite into the plastic more. Jono in the house. How you doing, Jono? Haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on? You've been RCing much? Oh, Craig took the Escort swimming at the weekend. Did you take it through that ford, did you? There you go. Ram that right in there like that. And let's have a look. You want the screws to, maybe we can go slightly longer. So these are 12 millimeters long. What else have we got? These ones here are M12 by 14, slightly longer. I mean, I prefer to go slightly longer, so you've got more plastic for it to bite into. Let's have a look how that goes in. Look at that. Straight in. And yeah, perfect. Perfect, look at that. If you look there, look, the screws come just to the top of the plastic. So that's what you want. You want to get M4 by 14mm countersink screws. Get them off of eBay, dirt cheap, get a whole sack of them. You don't want to ugger-dugger them in too quickly, because then you heat up the plastic. Jono's been busy, up for the weekend. Maybe. I might be up for an RC bash on the weekend, haven't done too much recently. Hey, Craig's out. Nice one. We have to have a little get together. Get some RCs out, have a little bit of fun. So what have you guys in the comments been up to? Let me know what you guys have been up to. Matuzi says I've inspired him to create a YouTube channel. Hey, well done, dude. You enjoying it? Bob says you could go longer for a bit of nuttage. Yeah, you could do. You definitely could do. I mean, Vinny has still ripped it off when he's done it like this. So in that scenario, maybe nuttage on there would be good as well. But this has worked for me so far. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're countersunk. We're not going to catch those screws. Hopefully not rip it off. And because of the bigger M4-ness, look at that. Perfect. But yeah, absolutely. You could go longer and then stick a nut on there. Definitely you could do that. But yeah, I'm happy with that. If I rip them out again, maybe I will do that. Right, so next, there's a video coming out with this soon, actually. Part of the video was doing a burnout, as usual, and we wrecked a completely new set of tyres. So let's chuck a new set of those on there quickly. Put the Yagga Dagger here. Oh, doesn't fit in there. Now I've rounded off my wheel nut because the Yagga Dagger doesn't fit in the wheel. Oh dear! New tyre on there. So they're my favourite compounds. Just the standard white compounds. I tried the longer lasting gold ones and they seem too slidey. Do you ever name your RC car, says King Savage? No, not really. I don't think so. I mean, we've got Andy the Landy. One of you guys named him. Like you guys saying, do the XRT. Guys, we haven't got them in the UK yet. I can't. As soon as I can get my hands on one, I will get one and put it through its paces. Do not worry about that. But I physically, at the moment, cannot get hold of them. Put it on the... Oh, no, I put it on the wrong way around, didn't I? Idiot. What an idiot. Put it on the wrong side. When are you going to do another world's fastest car attempt? It'll be summer now. Roads are getting wet now. It's getting colder. It's getting damp out there. It's getting moist. So it'll be the summer now. No more speed runnings this year. But for next year, I want to have 3 cars ready. The red World's Fastest Project, which is the same still as last time. So I want to do that one again, but with the ESC set up properly. The green one is now dual motor, 2 Hobbywing Max 4 combos in there. And I want to build another one. Not fully sure what yet, but I want to build something else. Do you think that XRT will be an X-Max killer? Someone said. No, I mean, it's different, isn't it? It's a similar platform. So I think they're both still going to have a place. I mean, the X-Max is going to be more nimble. It's going to backflip better and do your stunts and all that. Whilst the XRT is going to be more stable, a bit like a Kratos. So I think they're both still going to have a place. I still think I'll prefer the X-Max still. But that's just purely personal preference. I think they're both going to be just as durable. Well, until I get one, though, it'd be hard to tell. Craig says we need more videos on the main channel. Yeah, well, I've got about 16 videos that I'm working on. This is one of them. Sometimes videos take months and months to finish. And at the minute, I've put out all the videos that I've got done. And now it's sort of back to working on other videos. So we got this video here that's going to come out soon, and in that video we also had that one there, the 3S one, and also a Banggood special, and we had a head-on collision on purpose because you guys have a bit of destruction. There you go, look at that, perfect again. So we got this video coming out. I've been working on this, so we got that video coming out. That's an Inferno MP10T Nitro look. A Pico engine in that one. Also been doing some stuff with this one here. This is the 30th anniversary MP10 car show buggy. That's also nitro. It's got an OS in that one, look. So we've got that video coming out. We've got 3 of the cheapo Arrma cars there. Haven't started on that video yet, but there's going to be something happening with that. The Raminator there's still got to come out. That's ready to go. I'll just put double shock conversion on it. But I think what I've got to do is open it up and drill the pistons, because they're too stiff on one shock. And now with double shock, it's definitely going to be too stiff. So this one here, I've ordered the parts, so I've got to get that one fixed. This I've still got to take out. It's all filmed, all the modification. This is the car that Stempy slaughtered. So if you remember this video, Stempy took it to the skate park and he absolutely slaughtered it. But now look at that, we've got some bling in there now. Look at that. This thing is blinged up to the max. Well, not to the max, but it's got a lot of bling in there. There's the engine, look. So I've still got to take that out and run it. This thing here had a hole in the fuel tank. So Ian said he's got a tank that he can let me have if it fits from the earlier one. Because this one here, I tried to seal the hole and it still leaked. I've got other videos as well. I've got them all written down. Oh, we got drift cars. Got a couple of drift cars there. We got this one here, which is a Lambo. And this one here, which is a more of a pro one. And if we look over here, I've been filming this little motorbike. Look at that, all carbon fibre, brushless motor, tiny little thing. Look at that. So that video will be out at some point. So there's a few videos in the making. They're just not ready yet. All right, I'm gonna have a little waffle with some of you guys at the same time. I'm gonna do a bit of work on my manta ray. So this is done now. We're all good. There you go. The only other mod that you really, well, that's it really. You don't need to do anything to them. These are amazing RC cars as they are. Maybe slightly faster servo, but you know, amazing RC right out of the box. Can't fault it. Definitely one of my favourite all-time RC cars, that is. Alright, hold on. Got to make some noise. Got to make a bit of noise. Bits of noise. Wolf says monster truck. You want to see the monster truck, do you? Alright, I'll show you in a sec. Let me sort my bench out. Let me sort out my workbench and then we'll have a little look. But I've been working on that. So there will be a monster truck video coming out soon actually. Been doing a lot of wrenching on that. That's been taking up quite a lot of time. So loads and loads of videos in the making. I think it's about, when I last counted it, there was 16 videos that I started filming and that are half finished. I'm just waiting on parts and waiting for locations and other things like that, and weather and things. Oh, and I've got a Notorious under there. That's another video. I've got another sledge video coming out. Yeah, so loads in the pipeline. So you're probably going to end up with like no videos for a while and then suddenly loads. A bit like a bus stop. You stand there waiting and waiting and waiting, and then suddenly loads of them all turn up at once. There's a bit like that for my YouTube channel. Right, so this is, well, it's kind of a manta ray. It is actually a Top Force Evolution. But a Top Force Evolution is the same as a manta ray, but with all the upgrades on it. But I prefer the manta ray. So I've got a manta ray body that I put on it, took it racing, and someone T-boned it and destroyed it. You can't get these bodies anymore, they stopped making them. And I looked everywhere to get hold of some, and from RC Mart, I managed to get 2 of them. So I've got one here, and then I've got a sticker sheet as well from somewhere, so I've got 2 sticker sheets. So I can paint up 2 bodies and a couple of bodies as a shelf queen, because this was my first ever RC car. So my first ever hobby grade RC car was this one here. This is a manta ray as well, but you know, when I was a kid, I put all these upgrades on it, what I thought were upgrades. There is a video on this on my channel. And then up here, this is a stock re-release manta ray. I've put one of these mechanical speed controllers on it, but it doesn't work. So I've ordered a brand new one. I've also ordered some ACOM servos, so I can put this. This is going to be a replica of my first ever RC car when I got it. But if you look in the back of the magazine, they've got an upgraded one. And pretty much Top Force has got all the upgrades on it. So I'm going to cut out a new body. That's going to be a Shelf Queen body. I'll do that now while I'm waffling to you guys. I'm not going to paint it while I'm waffling to you guys, because I'm going to be in and out, holding my breath. It's going to be a boring stream. But I'll have a little waffle while we cut this out. What drill bits are you using? These ones are just some random engineering drill bits. But my favourite ones are these ones here. You get them from Amazon, Presto, Hinox. Make sure you get the Hinox ones. It says on the thing they're supposed to be for stainless steel, but that makes them so good. You know, when you're drilling through mild steel or aluminium, it would just easy. It would drill for anything like butter. And you know, with drill bits, you buy cheap, you buy twice. These are some of the best drill bits I've ever used. They're not cheap, they're quite expensive, but they're good. And if you know how to sharpen drill bits, then you can make them last forever pretty much until you snap them. Let's get this open. So look at that. Genuine. I don't know why it says hop up. Why does it say hop up? I don't know why it says hop up options when it's just a manta ray body. But anyway, let's get this opened. You can't get these anymore. Have any of you guys got any soft spots for the manta ray, or am I the only one? So you get a wing and a body. What I like to do first when I cut out bodies is do a rough cut first to get most of it off, and then afterwards you go around and take some time and do it nicely. Any of you guys got a soft spot for manta rays? And someone says, Kevin, so wise, make good money and buy a house cheaper and outright. No debt, no interest repayments. I mean, debt is good if you know how to use it properly. You know, if you look at some of the richest people in the world, they've got loads of debt and they use the debt to make them more money. So, you know, for example, you could use debt to buy loads of property and then rent it out and make massive profits. But if you don't know what you're doing, and if the markets change, you could end up in trouble. You know, what happens if you've got all this property, they put interest rates up, and now you can't afford it. And now, because the interest rates are up, the property market's crashed. Now you're in negative equity, and you can't keep up with your payments on the mortgage, and now you've got to sell it all at a loss, or go bankrupt, and then lose it all. So I'm just thinking, you know, if you own it, and you don't owe anyone any money, then it's yours then, you know. I mean, it's going to be more difficult to get to like the crazy wealth doing that, but at least you can be safe and not worry about money. People sometimes say to me, oh Kev, why are you obsessed with money? It's like, well, I'm not obsessed with money, I just want enough so you don't have to worry about it. You know, when you worry about money, then you're obsessed. You know, if you have to go to the shops, you have to look at the price of everything, and you've got to cheap out because you can't afford something, or all your friends are going out on a meal, and you can't go because you're worrying about money. You know, that's, in my eyes, that's obsessed with money, because then you're always thinking about it all the time. Whereas, if you just try and make enough, so you haven't got to worry about it all the time, then you can just enjoy life and not worry about money. In my eyes, that's the way to be. So I'd rather be a little bit obsessed about it now, so later on in life, I can not worry about it. But everyone's obsessed with money. You know, anyone that says, oh, you're obsessed with money, is like, well, everyone is. Unless you're lucky enough to get everything for free. You know, if you've got a nice set of boobs, and you've got some millionaire that buys you everything you want, then maybe you're lucky enough to not worry about money. But for everyone else, if you're the one that's got to put the roof over the head, we're all worrying about money. Got to worry about it some way or other. So I'll just say earn as much as you can so you don't have to worry about it later on in life. Right. I'm not the best at cutting these out actually, so I'm trying my best to not ruin it. Hear that, guys? Get breast implants on gold. Nah, most of us have got to worry about money. So what have you guys been up to? Let me know what you guys have been up to. What you been doing? You been RCing? You been working? You been at school? What you been doing? What you been up to? Do you still do crypto, Kev? Says Brut. I've got some crypto, but only as FOMO. I don't buy and sell it to try and make money with it. I just bought a little bit in case it goes up massively one day, so that I don't miss out. Really, FOMO. Waiting for videos from you. Yeah, we got 16 in the making. We talked about it in a minute. Leonardo's doing math homework. Trying to concentrate here to cut the lines nice. So this is going to be a shelf queen body. Got to do two of them. So I'm going to have two shelf queen manta rays. One all modified and one stock. Oh, and my original one as well. Michael's working on Felony Luminous, getting them ready for AS. Nice. Slash is rebuilding a drag car. Nice. Mark is homesick. Not nice. Yeah, when you know that the body is going to get bashed, you can be a bit sloppy with it and not care. But because this is going to be a shelf queen, and I'm not planning on ever using it and destroying this one, I've got to try and make it as nice as possible. I've got the proper Tamiya colours. Yep, Wayne says if you want to play hard, you have to work hard and smart. You have to work smart as well. It requires both. Because, you know, you could be flipping burgers and then you could be working hard, you know, digging ditches. Or, you know, like me, I used to be a welder. So, you know, you could spend your whole life working hard, but if you're working hard at the wrong thing, you're not going to make the wonga. You're not going to make the dough. It's a bit of both. Look at old Elon Musk. He's probably working at the smartest of levels. And look where he's got to. But that's hard work and smartness. If he just done one of those, he probably wouldn't have got there. So you've got to do both. Martius, sorry, butchered your name, says, I try out money-making methods. Yeah, I mean, I done that a little while ago when I quit my job. I spent my whole time trying all these different ways of making money online. I mean, my only rule was I could do it from home on a laptop. That was my only rule. So I tried all these different ways, because it's just a dream of mine, just to be able to get out of bed, open the laptop, and you're working. So I tried a lot of different stuff. Some of it worked, some of it didn't work. But, you know, that's for me. You know, what works for me might not work for you, and the other way around. I think you just want to try things that you like the idea of, and things that have been proven to work in the past. And then once you get a little bit of success with it, then give it your all. Concentration going on here, boys. Have we got any girls in the stream? Probably not, but have we? It's snowing, so I'm taking the TLX4 outside, says George. Hey, no snow here in the UK yet. Whereabouts are you from? Pablo's fixing his Durango. Nice. Can you explain pinion gear ratio? Yeah, the bigger the pinion, the faster your car's going to go. But also the hotter everything's going to get, the less run time you're going to get. So I like to gear it. I like to gear my stuff to where it's fast enough, but it doesn't keep overheating. So I'll normally keep gearing up until it keeps overheating all the time, and then I gear it back down. So by gearing up, I mean bigger pinion or smaller spur gear. That's gearing up. Gearing down is the opposite. Kev normally uses slow mode so I can read our comments. Yeah, I mean I've got slow mode on now, haven't I? Pretty sure I have. You guys got the TRX4M to test yet? No, not yet. I've got one ordered. I've got a blue Defender ordered. I wanted something that's like the closest to Andy as possible. I'm using curved scissors here to cut along a straight line. Probably a bit silly, but seem to get better control with these scissors than big long straight ones. Around there. Yeah, look at that, all around that little tight bit there. We are getting there. Demonic Box says welding is not that bad of a job to do. Everything's relative. There's worse jobs, there's better jobs. I mean, I used to be a welder, but I was always broke and it's not healthy. So I enjoy welding, but as a hobby I wouldn't want to do it as a living anymore. I think if I had to get a 9 till 5 job again, I'd probably do lorry driving, truck driving. Boom, there we go. That is all cut out. So I probably will go around here with a little bit of sandpaper and just make it all perfect. See how it fits on there. Wait, Nathan finished work. Time to drive the infraction. Wait, nice one, dude. Those infractions really are some fun. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know what? It does look cool as well to see in RC cars just with a clear body so you can look in. Especially back in the day when I was a kid, you know, if you had a clear RC car, you knew it was hobby grade. But when you had a painted one, sometimes you had a Nico. Clayton EXB or Minimax, someone says. Oh, both good. All depends what you want. I mean, I would probably take the EXB because when it comes to Minimax, I prefer the X-Max size. Toby says you cut it too short on the sides. No, I cut it to the line. Oh no, body just went into me drink. No, I cut it to the line, dude. But I know what you mean though. It does look a little bit short. That's how they are. That's just how manta rays are, my dude. It's because I've got the carbon fibre chassis on there. It's got that gap there. You know, when you've got the original manta ray, it's got a plastic tub chassis. So then, when you put the body on this, it looks a little bit more normal, how it should. There, so look at that from the side. You see that? So that's what that is. How does the RC body taste? Probably not nothing, I would have thought. Alright, so you got the wing to cut out as well. Coffee or tea? I don't drink any of them, but this one This one here is just cocoa powder with some coconut powder, half water, half milk. That's all right, Toby, no problemo. I know what you mean though, it does look too low, so I'm tempted on this to put a top chassis back on it, or hopefully you can get some underguard that you can put over it and paint it black, because it definitely does look like it's not fitted properly. So we will do something about that, not fully sure yet. Taylor swap laminator video soon. Yes, HKS at some point soon there will be. Have you ordered the XRT yet? I have it on order, but I can't get it yet. That is the #1 question at the minute. XRT, XRT. Yes, there will be XRT video as soon as I can get my hands on one. Top Force Evo under tray might fit. I don't think it does. I've got that, but I don't think it fits. I'm tempted just to put a plastic chassis back on it, actually, on that one. Cut all that excess off. Got to go super careful though, because you can't buy any of this anymore. So, let me know in the comments, guys, what was your dream RC car when you was a kid? So, this was my dream RC, the Manta Ray. Even though that's a Top Force, really. And also, this one here, this was another one of my dream RC cars, but the version 1. This is like the MP10 now. But the first ever one, if you type in Google, original car show Inferno, I tried to replicate the colour scheme with it. And this being the 30th anniversary, I thought fits perfectly. And most people don't race it. Do you know what? The kit, you go on eBay and type in Inferno MP10 30th anniversary. People are selling them for $1,600. So everyone's telling me, don't race it, don't race it. Keep it as a shelf queen. It's too nice to race. It's got like a one of 200 chassis, I think it is. Is it 200? On the inside it says. So people are telling me not to race it. But no, I'm going to race it. In my eyes, a shelf queen that's got some marks on it looks nicer than something that's brand new and never used. Toby said it was a grasshopper. Yeah, my friend had a grasshopper. Sempi had a grasshopper as well, actually. Sand Scorcher. Mum was a Durango. Stadium Blitzer. I remember that one, yeah. Mine was, I'm 17, Kaisho MP9 TKR3 ready to run. Whee! Nice one, dude. Nice car. Tamiya Egris. Yeah, I remember the Tamiya Egris. I wanted one of them when I was a kid. I might get one actually when you can get a normal one. I think you can get like the black edition, but I want the normal edition. What do you think about drifting real cars? Oh, personally, it's not my thing. I don't really care for it. I mean, I love getting cars sideways, but to build a car just to go sideways, nah, I'm not into it at all. In my eyes, if you build a car to go sideways, you make it worse than everything else. You're actually making your car worse, you know, in my eyes, in my opinion. So, but you know, with a hobby, the right way is whichever way puts the biggest smile on your face. So if building a car, a drift car, puts a massive smile on your face, absolutely, go ahead and do it. But just for me personally, this doesn't float my boat, not my thing. I used to have a Sierra Cosworth. That used to be sideways everywhere, but I didn't make it to drift better. It was just a byproduct of having loads of horsepower. But if you actually took it to a drifting event, it would probably suck. But I would try it. I would give it a go. You know, don't get me wrong. I'd like to give it a go. If someone said, "Here's my drift car, have a go," I'd have a go, and I'd probably really enjoy it and have a great time. I just don't think that I could get into it. Someone had a Tamiya lunchbox. Honest opinion on sledge stock, as well as aftermarket mods. Says Dan B. Well, if I don't really give opinions that often, but when I do, they are always honest. You know, because if you've got to say honestly or truthfully or honest opinion, you kind of devalue yourself, because it, in a way, what you're saying is that you're not honest the rest of the time. So I avoid those sort of words. You know, when people say honestly, it's like, you know, people that say those sort of things are often not honest. Sometimes they just say it without meaning it. You know, it's just a thing what people say, but it's a thing that you should really not say. But yeah, I've not used it that much, but so far super impressed with it. In stock form, super durable. I did eventually bend the chassis, so I've got an M2C chassis on it now. So yeah, I think it's a really good car. I think it would be better if it had a plastic chassis though. I'm not really a fan of metal chassis on bashers. Sinister RC said I would hand you the keys to my car. Thanks, dude. I don't really like driving other people's cars though, because if you break it, it's bad, isn't it? Get you around this corner. Really tight. I've got to lie, I'm impressed. When is your next Lambo video? None planned. There's already videos of me driving it. I mean, what else can you do? There's only so much you can do on a public street with it. It's going to be the same stuff. So, yeah, probably will be some video on it again at some point, but not of just me driving it around. It's got to be kind of like a purpose of the video. I mean, you know, I've done the video already when I first got it, driving around, hooning it around a bit and causing chaos. Where's the quarter with the 4-stroke engine? That is down there, look. Just there. I should get back onto that again. Now winter's coming, maybe I will. But it's so much work required in that, you know. Hours and hours and hours of work. And the more hours I give to that, it's less hours that I can give to other videos. Are you going to supercharge the Lambo? Do you know what? I'm starting to swing towards turbos now. Like one of those underground turbo kits. Like Daily Driven Exotics. They done a video on an STO with 1600 horses. That looks tempting, but it's expensive. You're paying like the price of the car again. I mean, is that worth it for a turbo kit? Not really, probably. I don't know. Unless it's like your ultimate passion, you know, like supercars is your life. That is your life. Then maybe it's worth it. But you know, for me, it's not my life. It's a little bit of fun on the side, but you know, for the price of like a high-end turbo kit on that, you could buy like another Lambo or money towards a house. So yeah, I will do something with it, but I've got to have the spare money. So like 100 or 200 grand for a turbo kit is not going to affect my income at all. You know, my balance. You know, if I get to the point where I can just buy something for 200 grand and not even notice the 200 grand gone, then I'll probably do it. But you know, at the moment I want to build more monster trucks. I want to get myself a house with loads of land and property and barns on there and stuff. So you know, until then, I should spend my money on what's going to make me life better. A turbo kit. Yeah. If you're going to turbo the Lamborghini, contact Bevo Tuning from Cornwall. He's done one that's made 1200 horsepower. Oh, nice one, dude. Can I screenshot that? How do you screenshot on an iPad? How do you screenshot on an iPad? I've got an iPad here, I'll have to write it down. Let me write it down. I don't know how you screenshot on an iPad. Right, hold on. Pen and paper, I've got to write that down or I'm going to forget. Alright, what was it? Bevo tuning in Cornwall. Alright, I will look into it. Volume up and the power button, says Dennis. Oh, alright, cool. Nice one, dude. Are you a car guy? Yes, I love cars. When will you raise Tom Lee, says Anonymous? Whenever he comes to my club. What is your second favourite Traxxas? Well, X-Max is my favourite. Second favourite? No, really. Probably XRT when it comes out, but it's not. I haven't got one yet, so I don't know, but probably will be that. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you're a Traxxas fanboy. It's like, well, I'm not really. I'm an RC fanboy, and I definitely am an X-Max fanboy. But as a brand as a whole, I'm not any more of a fan of Traxxas than I am Arrma. If they make a good product, I like it. So it doesn't matter on the brand name. Raz in the house. Alex in the house. Talbot, such a weird name. Shut up, Schifrin. What sort of a name's that? Bitch. You're an RC fanboy, as you have said in the video. Yeah, I am an RC fanboy. I'm also an X-Max fanboy, but Traxxas fanboy, no. I'm not a fanboy of any brand. I look at the product, and if the product's good, then yes, I'll be a fan of it. But just because I'm a fan of the X-Max doesn't mean that I'm going to be a fan of everything Traxxas. I mean, you've got to be some sort of a sheep to behave like that. Nitro videos, yes. Got the 2 racers coming out soon. I've got the Savage XL, the brand new one. I paid for that. And waiting for them to ship it to me. So as soon as that comes, there'll be a video on that. Can I have some of your wrecked cars? No, Slow Crawl, no. All you guys that say, can I have this? Can I have that? No. Go and work for it yourself like I had to. You know, if you want something, you've got to work for it. You know, if you look at when I went to school, all the kids that got everything given to them for free, now they're broke. They don't know how to make money. And then some of the kids that never had any money had to learn how to make it themselves and are doing really well. So, you know, you don't go around begging for things. If you want something, you work hard for it. You find a way. And eventually, you know, if you can find the money, you know, to save up for one of these, like I did when I was a kid, it took me like 2 years to save up for my first manta ray. You know, if you can find the money for one of these when you're 12 years old, and then you can find the money for £250,000 monster truck when you're my age. So, you know, no, if you want something, you've got to find a way of providing some value to someone so they pay you for your product or service, so then you can go out and buy it yourself. I'll never hear you swear. I didn't swear, did I? Someone says, don't be mean to Raz. We're only messing around. We're not mean. We're only having a bit of fun. If you heard how we spoke to each other off of camera, then you really would think that we're being mean. Oh, I can't even say it on YouTube, it'd be too rude. If we uploaded, if I called Raz, had a little chat with Raz, and we had it on YouTube, the video would get taken down, like banned, instantly gone. Do you still have your first RC cars? I used to have 2 Nikos. I don't know if I still have them. They might be in the attic at home. I don't know. But yeah, I've still got my first hobby grade manta ray. Still got that. There you go. See, Raz says, haha, for real. There you go. It's impossible to insult Raz. I'll say anything to him, he won't get insulted. That's it, Wolfie, Crawls RC. Love this for solid philosophy. Get my kids to buy their own hobbies. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to learn that if you want something, you have to provide some value to people to get what you want. Just begging. Beggars are always going to be beggars. You're going to end up on the street being a beggar if you're a beggar now. You know, if you're a 12-year-old beggar, You're probably still going to be a beggar when you're 30 and 40. Don't be a beggar. Provide value. Provide a service. Product or service of value. People who pay you. They'll be chucking their money at you. And you can buy what you want. When will you drive it? Well, this, I'm going to take this racing soon, actually. At Vinny's Club. They're doing a vintage series, and they're all getting these Schumacher Boss Cats. So I'm going to be racing the Manta Ray. They're going to race Boss Cats. I think Mick from Kyosho is going to bring some sort of a Kyosho 2-wheel drive. Baz goes, okay, weirdo, got to go edit, bitch. See you later, you slag. You worthless piece of poop. Dear. You still in the eBay game, Kevin? Yeah, I still do a little bit of eBay. Not as hard as I used to, because I give so much time to my YouTube now, but yeah, I still give it some time. You have a Traxxas XTR. Everyone keeps telling me that. Not yet. UK hasn't got them yet. As soon as I can get one, I will get it. Slow Crawl says, I don't intend to beg. I run crawling events to raise money for cancer. I wanted a donation for prizes of crawling events. Oh, all right, dude. That's fair enough then, dude. But I haven't got any that I give away. All my RCs that get wrecked, they all get fixed up again. So there's no RC cars that have wrecked so bad that they're gone. All of them are still here. All of them get fixed up again. All of them still get used. And, you know, I've got my charity, link in the description, which is Great Ormond Street for kids. So, yeah, no problem for asking, but I'll do my bit for charity and I'll keep my RC cars. But if anyone else wants to donate a car to Mr. Slow Crawl, then I don't know how you can hit him up. Maybe somehow. Have you got a charity page, Mr. Slow Crawl, that people can come and contact you on? If you've got some sort of a charity page or a fundraiser or something, you can put that in the comments, and then people can go on there to donate. Alex is getting a Tamiya Hot Shot. Do you like drones? Yeah, but I'm not into them. How long do X-Max wheel bearings last you? Oh, forever. I mean, apart from the inner, on the older version X-Max, had the inner wheel hub bearing was really skinny. They didn't last that long. But all the other ones, they pretty much last forever unless you get them wet and stuff. Now, every now and then you rebuild it and you find one that's seized up and you replace it. But I don't know. Depends how much you use it. Probably a year, maybe. Kev, why didn't you get the XTR earlier like Mark Santa? I think Americans can buy them early. And we in the UK, we've still got to wait for another 4 weeks, I think. Slow Crawl RC has an Instagram. There you go. If any of you guys got any old RCs that you want to donate to cancer research, check out Slow Crawl on his Instagram and hit him up on there to donate some stuff. But yeah, you know, often you get people that stand at shops, you know, shaking a little container. They want to take your money for charity, and if you don't put anything in there, they look at you funny. But you know, we've all got to choose our own charities. You know, you can't help everyone. I think you just got to pick a group of people that you want to help, and give your focus to that. You know, mine's Great Ormond Street. It's a hospital for sick kids. That's a charity that I promote, and you know, if any of you guys want to donate to it, links to that's down below. That's the one that I donate to myself. So yeah, everyone's got to make their own choice when they want to donate to somewhere and where to. Someone says, Mark Santa defo on Traxxas books. I have no idea. I know, I'm not going to drop any names here, but I know that a lot of YouTubers, they get free cars from manufacturers, and then they'll only say nice stuff about it because they're scared if they say anything negative, that company will not send them any more cars. The thing is, they're killing their channel. My loyalty is with you guys, the viewers. You know, if I'm not loyal to you guys are not going to watch my videos, and I'm not going to make any money at all off of YouTube. And the amount of money you can make from YouTube views is so much more than getting the odd free RC car. So to lie to you guys and to make crappy products look good and lose your trust just to get a free toy, it just seems ludicrous. But you see those channels, they don't grow. They just do not grow. So, you know, I'd rather be honest. I'd rather show the stuff that breaks and buy the stuff myself. So, you know, the trade-off is that you guys have to wait. You know, with the XTR, for example, you got to wait. You got to wait till I get my hands on one. When the new Arrmas come out, you got to wait till I get my hands on them. But, you know, at least you're going to get an honest video. You're going to see exactly what happens. If I break it, it's going in the video. I'm not going to edit it out. If it catches fire, I'm going to show it. I'm not going to edit it out. If something sucks, I'm going to say this part sucks. So, but at the trade-off, it's going to take you longer to see my video. Have you tried petrol or hobby planes? I haven't, no. So I'm not dropping any names. I mean, one channel that springs to mind, all they pretty much review is Horizon stuff. And everything's good, everything's perfect, everything's the best. It's like they had like a bloody, what was it, a brushed infraction. It's like one of the slowest RC cars ever. Oh yeah, check this out, new infractions came out. Then they drive it down some road. Whoa, look how fast it is. No, it's not. It's gutlessly slow. And they never say anything bad about anything Horizon. Everything Horizon's like the best. You got to buy this. Whoa, so much fun. And then they do the odd Banggood review and say it sucks just to try and claim some credibility. But they won't say anything bad about anything Horizon, because then Horizon won't give them any stuff anymore. And their channel's not growing. They're not getting views. Their bank balance is probably looking not very good. And what have they got? A load of Horizon junk for free and nothing in the bank. Not worth it. You might as well have loads in the bank and then buy the cars yourself, abuse them, do what you want to them, show you what's good, show you what's bad, have trust with you guys, have more toys, have more money, have more trust, and everything's good. Why would you lie to your viewers? Like, the viewers are your bread and butter. Without your viewers, you're nothing. Yet these YouTubers lie to their viewers to make this junk look good, just so they get free more junk. It's just ludicrous.